kind of hard to comment on that. Matt Schaub only took 5 throws, 3 of 5, 25 yards. Obviously, Chicago with the come from behind win. I don't think there's a lot to say in that one. Washington, Tennessee, very little offense, no Vince Young, kind of a boring game. However, players like Chris Henry, the running back for Tennessee, and Lindell White, they had one or two plays that I did notice, and it makes me think maybe this Tennessee rushing attack can be a little more than I'm giving it credit for. Um, Washington came back in the fourth quarter, in the last 2 minutes actually, with 2 touchdowns to win 14-6. Neither offense was particularly impressive. Some good defensive play, good pressure by Tennessee, good run defense all around. The last game on Saturday was Arizona-Oakland. Lots of points. Big Mike Williams with the touchdown catch. I think this guy, maybe the change of scenery will do him some good, because I know he's a little big and fat and slow now, but I think he can be a player, and I think he can fit into that Oakland system pretty well. They need wide receivers now with Randy Moss out of there. Culpepper looked decent when he was given the opportunity, I felt. Even Andrew Walter looked all right. Josh McCown. It's going to be an interesting three-way battle for quarterback. I'm already counting out Jamarcus Russell because he has chosen not to attend training camp. We saw Dominic Rhodes score a touchdown. Obviously, he's not going to be able to play the season. Oakland's running offense in general actually had some pretty nice plays. And the Cardinals side of things, Warner had the one touchdown to Brian Johnson. Nice long throw. Leinart didn't get to show much. Edgar and James barely played at all, and I can understand why. Big news for Arizona, though, is the loss of tackle Oliver Ross and linebacker Chike Okafor. And this is big. Believe me when I say this is big, because, Okafor was expected to kind of be the Joey Porter or Sean Merriman or DeMarcus Ware of this defense, in the sense that they would create pressure in the 3-4 scheme that they're bringing in this year. And with him out, they're turning to some unproven player who has like 1 sack in his entire career. I can't remember his name, but the point is he's a big loss to a team that really needs to be able to generate pressure, because in past years the only way they've been able to generate pressure is by blitzing Adrian Wilson. So that's nasty. Oliver Ross, that may not be as big because they were expecting the tackle they just drafted 5th overall to replace him anyway, but they really needed Okafor, and now now he hits what seems to be IR, so rough stuff. And that brings us to the game featuring the team I root for. Seattle went out to San Diego. The first team offense looked pretty good through that interception, but they got it back, and they made it count with a nice touchdown pass to Branch. Very impressive there. Defense gave up too many big plays, long runs, was giving away too many easy passes to Volek and Rivers. But we did force some turnovers, which makes me quite happy. Got 5 sacks. That's very good. Darryl Tapp with 2 of them and a forced fumble. Kid's a player. I've already said what I think about him a couple times now, and I'm definitely backing those statements up now. So obviously pretty good play from our pass rush. C.J. Wallace getting that nice interception at the end to seal things up. I don't know if he's going to make the roster or anything, but it's plays like that that get you on the roster. Once Matt and Sean took a seat, Sean didn't do much. 2 carries, 4 yards. Wallace came in, struggled, got things together by the second half. Hooked up with Ben Obomanu, who really had a monster game. 5 catches, 83 yards, and a nice touchdown. Looked pretty good out there. Should be the 5th wide receiver on this team, in all likelihood now. Obviously, we had It was a come-from-behind win. Marquis Weeks seals things up with a 6-yard touchdown run at the end there. Not much else to say. It was just a pretty solid all-around first effort. Um, we had a few more turnovers than I would have liked, but we moved the ball for pretty well for the most part. Played decent defense. Still too many big plays. We got to clean up on that, but I think we will. And yeah. Beyond that, 2 games that just finished a minute ago. Philadelphia, Baltimore. Philadelphia kind of laid an egg. Baltimore was able to move the ball, keep Philadelphia from moving the ball. McNair looked pretty sharp at the time he was given. McGahee broke off that one long run. Otherwise, just 4 carries, and one of them was a 16-yarder. So there you go. I don't personally trust McGahee as a fantasy player anyway. I'm going to have to see it to believe it. I know he has talent, but I just want to see it for real. Drew Olson, Kyle Bowler, they got, Bowler's starting to come along. It took him long enough, but he's starting to develop into a real quarterback potentially to supplant McNair at some point. Big win for the Ravens. They racked up quite a few sacks, good pressure on the quarterbacks. Philly defense just had a hard time stopping the Ravens offense in general. I saw William James, the nickel cornerback, get beat a ridiculous amount of times. Sean Considine was making too many tackles at the beginning of the game. Everything was getting back to his level. Obviously, McNabb wasn't playing, so take it for what you will. Kevin Kolb got to get in. I guess he did all right. Yeah, jeez. Sorry, I'm just a little tired. Yeah, that's about it about that game. And, of course, the game I just got to watch that just finished a couple minutes ago. San Francisco playing Denver. Travis Henry looked monstrous out there. He's looking to have a hell of a season. I'm scared of him in fantasy leagues because I'm worried Mike Bell is going to split carries with him. But Henry, he looked like something special out there. He would not go down at first contact. He was running by people, running through people. Really looking good out there. Cutler had that one nice pass, had that one nice run, led his team to a touchdown, and eventually resulted in a 4-point Bronco win. Ramsey didn't look too sharp out there, so Cutler's really going to have to step things up and be the guy. Alex Smith looked pretty good, no Frank Gore, so it's hard to gauge anything, but some of these backup 49er running backs looked sharp, which makes me wonder about the Denver defense. Their front 7 was getting pushed around. They signed a ton of defensive linemen over the offseason, so they can't have that. Sam Adams stuffing things up in the middle, or at least he should be. He wasn't doing a very good job. Pretty good pressure by Denver, though. I felt that they got good pressure, but, even Champ Bailey was having a couple of his own problems back there, so a couple things to fix on the Denver defense, since I know they got the talent, they just need to put it together, but solid effort by Denver, especially offensively. Again, watch out, Cutler, Henry, Walker, Rod Smith, Brandon Marshall. This is going to be a real nice offense. You just watch. Okay, that's all the preseason action there is. I just went over every game a little bit. Happy with how things went in regards to my team. Fun weekend of football. Couple of unfortunate injuries, which are really the worst type of injuries. Preseason injuries. Completely meaningless. But 3 more weeks to go. So I'll probably be talking more about them as they come. So see you then. Bye.